So, hello everyone. Welcome to today's energy webinar. We are following this year our webinars, so I'm really happy to see you again. And today's topic is detox, cholesterol, and vascular health and resistance. The topic is actually because of the wood element season and also because of our new product. So let's get started, and we will see what the new season will bring to us. So again, I want to remind you our pentagram. So we moved from water element season to the wood element season. So everyone who was suffering with some problems of the water element system, he will probably have problem also in a wood season. That's why we always try to support the elements. And also, if you have someone who has the problem with livers and with a gallbladder, then we can go directly to the gallbladder, or we can we can support it from the water element. It always depends on the symptoms. So, but we already know that we can go a little bit around. And if the wood is too much, so the element is really has too much energy, we can also help ourselves from the iron element, so with veronal or droserin or mycopulum. So if you will have someone who has the cough in spring, and this will be the typical spring cough from the wind, then you can use mycopulum. And let's get started very fast. Element of wood, the direction is east, the season is spring, which has already almost come. It will be here very soon. And yin organ is liver, and yang organ is gallbladder. So we already know that these two organs are really connected, and these people who don't have the wood element in balance are usually having the problems with the digestion in spring, or they have some inflammations in digestion system, or they feel low energy, because as we know, we need the energy flowing without fences through the body. And if there are some blockades, then they suffer. And especially in spring, because spring needs the power, it needs to grow, it really needs to expand. And this is very, very energy consumption process. That's why so many people are having, are really exhausted, and they don't feel well, and they are tired very soon in spring, and they say this is the spring fatigue. But we can prevent it thanks to our Regalen. So the sensory organs are eyes. So if you have someone who is suffering with the eyes problems, it's not only the dryness of the eyes, it's also another problems like the redness in eyes, or itchy eyes, or very exhausted eyes. So this is all work for protectin and Regalen or Okusan. Actually, the great combination for tired eyes is Okusan with protectin. And protectin you can apply on the eyes, very easily, and it really helps, and they will get refreshed. Senses side and body part is tendons. So that's why tendons are also problematic in spring, because they need energy to restore the balance in the wood element. And taste is sour. As you know, that everything in spring is very sour, has a sour taste. So that's why the taste is sour for wood element. And mental quality is idealism, spontaneity, curiosity, or also there is this let's say, people don't have problem to decide, so they can make decisions very quick and without hesitation. So this ability is also connected to the wood element and is very important. So these people are straight, and they are good leaders. Wood element is really good general, and warrior as well. So emotion, anger, and also kindness, and also these hopeless feelings which are stored in our livers are also something which is connected with the wood element. Virtue, benevolence, and as I already said, the spring is usually very windy, so we should be careful about the wind, because it can harm our health, especially when our wood element is in disbalance. And color is green, which is so good, because if you want to support your wood element and your energy in spring, you can wear the green t-shirts or green clothes. And spring detox, let's say the detox can be a little bit different in spring than in autumn. In autumn, we usually need to calm down, clean everything after the rich season of the earth, and also prepare the body for winter. So in spring, we need a lot of energy. We need the energy flow would be really smooth, and will the body will be able to restart the process, because in spring we used to be very active. We didn't sit behind the computer. So in previous times, when the spring came, we had to work in our gardens or fields. We really had to prepare everything for good harvest in summer, to be ready for next winter. So the preparations were already here in summer, and in those times, people needed to be very active. The days are longer. That means that the nature is awakening. And that's why if we want to do some detox, we need to be gentle. Of course, we need to eat better. Everything green, which you find in your garden, is usually eatable in this season. And if you want to help yourself with the detox, then you can start with Regalen. So, as we already know, Regalen is typical wood element season product. It's always great to have Regalen in your household, because even if you don't make the cure, you can take it once time. And it is great because now in wood element season, many people can't sleep or they fell asleep very easily. However, they wake up at night, and usually it's between 1 a.m. till 3 a.m., which is typical wood element hour. Actually, from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. is the gallbladder, and from 2 to 3 a.m. this is liver. That's why the liver are waking us up. And if we can't sleep, then we can take Regalen. I think like 7 drops is enough. So you can leave the Regalen next to your bed and don't light up the room. Just grab the Regalen, take few drops. You don't have to think about it. Just take them and close your eyes again and try to fall asleep. And you will see it really works. It's great. So it's good to try it. And this is also the sign that your wood element or gallbladder or your liver are in disbalance, or the liver need that Chinese blood. So we need to add it, or we need to unlock the blockades which are in our body. So Regalen is great product for this. So it will wake you up, it will give you energy. It also makes the detoxification for your body and also for your mind, because it will take out everything what's not needed. So be ready. And also there is the strong reversion. So we need to think about it, that sometimes the emotions which we were hiding or storing inside ourselves, they will just go out. So be ready for this. But to me, Regalen is amazing product because it always gives me a lot of energy, because it opens the blockades. So without blockades, the body works perfectly. The regeneration is very strong thanks to the herbal extract inside Regalen. So be ready that the reversion can really occur in many ways. So the eczema which you didn't have for 20 years can occur, or acne or itchy skin. Everything which wasn't solved properly can appear again, but it will appear very shortly. And finally, it is a sign that it will be solved. Regalen really helps with the skin issues, but also with the indigestion, many kinds of indigestion, especially if you have the stony stomach. It's usually the problem with the digestion system and the livers, which are having the too much energy, so they are pressing the stomach, and that's why we feel after the lunch stony stomach and heavy, and we don't feel well, because it's normal that after food we should be refreshed and we should be full of energy, not exhausted and sleepy. So this is the sign that we need to restore some balance, and usually it is this balance in wood element. Regalen is also great because it protects the livers with against the radiation, chemical treatments, or even our very polluted environment. So the pollution is really the theme. And if we do the detoxification in spring with the Regalen, we really support our health, because Regalen really helps a lot. So also helps with the large intestine problems. So if you have the constipation or flatulence, because again, the Regalen is really breaking down the blocks. So whenever something is stuck, so the energy doesn't flow, you can use Regalen. It's also in a menstrual cycle. So when you have your period and you don't feel well, and you have pain, then you can use Regalen and Protectin, because these two will help you to restore the balance, unblock the energy, and you won't be painful. So that's why Regalen is great. It also helps with the Chinese medicine blood. So this pain during the women's cycle usually is the sign that there is not enough of blood. That's why if we unblock the energy, the blood will flow again, and you won't be painful. Yes, menstrual cycle, blood circulation. It's amazing, because that's why it works with the cholesterol, which is the theme, I think, almost number one around the world. And so the blood cleaning is actually very important, and it thanks to this function, Regalen protects the cardiovascular system. Also supports the heart functions, because, as we already know, from the wood is born the fire. So when the wood element is in balance, there's also born very balanced fire element. That's why it's very important to support the wood element in spring. Then cholesterol, as I already said, and it is actually today's theme as well, today's topic. So cholesterol is something which we are fighting against, but we should be fighting, let's say, systematically. So when there is the system, we can be very successful, and we won't have problems in the future. As I already said, eyes fatigue and eyes problems are also topic for Regalen, or you can also combine with Okusan. Also works with the irritable bowel syndrome, loss of appetite, and reflux. Reflux is again that the livers are pressing the stomach up, then the stomach is pressing up again, and here we go, we have the reflux. Of course, reflux is a very complex problem, so we need also to take out the acidity from the body. So in this case, we always use Regalen, Cytosan, and also skeleton, because skeleton is really working with the acidity very well. So what Cytosan is taking out, and Regalen is unblocking and helping with the inflammation in the digestion system. So the skeleton is bringing balance in the acidity. And about the emotions, there is the satisfaction which comes with the Regalen. So with the Regalen, people are usually finally satisfied with so many things, what they did for the day, or finally they can see their work from different point of view. So the satisfaction is very important in our life. And if we don't have ability to be happy with our doing or with our work, with anything else, we are harming the wood element. As I already said, this is ease at making decisions, because the wood element in traditional Chinese medicine is represented by general of the warriors. So the general is usually the person which is the decision maker, and he needs to do the tactic and very fast decisions. And this is the wood element. So as I said, I called Regalen drops of an anger. This is why, because it really takes out the emotions which are harming our health. Works with the irritability and stagnation, of course, because when people can't move on, Regalen sometimes move them, and even if they don't want. That's really good, I think. It brings the relief, freedom through myself. So there is no mask anymore with Regalen. But also helps to recognize the borders. So it's not only about your borders, but also you will see the others' borders, which is very, very important. On the other hand, sometimes wood element brings impulsive behavior, and people who are having the problems with the wood element are really suffering with a chronic dissatisfaction. So you can't satisfy them with anything. Also, there comes the feeling of injustice. Sometimes they're crying. There is also the state of inadequate emotion or emotional suppression. So there are so many other feelings or states of the psychic, which brings the really like disbalance in wood element, and with this everything can Regalen help. So Regalen helps also with the emotions. That's the very important thing. If you want to have the cure, always start with the small doses. If your body is already used to take Regalen, you can start with the higher dosage. However, still be very careful. And as we already know from our experience, sometimes you don't have to take the 3 weeks cure, because your body can be really used to for Regalen, and the information doesn't have to go for 3 weeks. So for someone, even 1 week is enough, and you will support your body in spring. But how you will find out? It usually comes with starting to forget to take the Regalen. But it never happened to me, especially with Regalen. So I'm taking 3 weeks and 1 week off. So I think this is everything for Regalen. Regalen can be combined very easily with other products, but you better don't combine it with the other pentagram drops, because Regalen is already so strong for body. So we don't want to mess up with another element and to make chaos in the body. That's why we always say that this is very important not to combine the pentagram drops. But if you need to support livers and you need to support also the wood element, then you can use Mycoren or you can use Artrin. And here we go for Mycohepar. Mycohepar is also a very good wood element product. So whenever you don't want to work with the emotions, you don't want to work with the psychic, you can take Mycohepar. Mycohepar doesn't unblock the blockades like Regalen. However, it is strong in other way. So it works with the blood and passivating function. It removes the wind chill, which is very good because the windy weather sometimes brings to the body something we don't want to have. And is strengthening the liver metabolism, which is very important for cholesterol metabolism also, and works with the gallbladder stones and other difficulties connected with the gallbladder, and works with the liver jaundice and liver cirrhosis. So whenever you have the organ which is already harmed, you can start with the Myco products, because sometimes it's much better way to start with the Myco products, because you go directly to the organ and you don't need to work with the emotions, which could be too much for the client. So also calms the stomach and soothes stomach cramps, which is very important and it's good. Mycohepar also works with the Helicobacter. However, if the client already has the Helicobacter, I would prefer to follow the instructions from the doctor, and after the antibiotics and the cure, you can continue with the Mycohepar very easily, and it's always very good. Mycohepar also lowers the sugar levels and helps with the cholesterol, as I already said. Can also help with the menstrual cycle problems, and can be used as a prevention of atherosclerosis. This we always go because in spring, when we support the wood element, then the fire element, which is connected to the cardiovascular system, will be healthy and strong. Works also for the skin problems and mental issues like the outbursts of anger, Alzheimer illness, and satisfaction. So it helps, but there is no reversion reactions like in Regalen. So these two products you can easily use for the detox in spring, and you can support them with the Cytosan. So we already know about the Cytosan, and Cytosan is very good because it's not the energy consuming product for the body. So it's very easy, and it just works without any need of power, and it works very smooth and very strong. So Cytosan in spring and autumn is great, and will support you on many kinds of fields. However, it is the earth element product, so the earth is waking up in spring, And that's why if we combine the earth element with the wood element, it's always good combination. So that's why Cytosan with Regalen always work together. And Regalen is making decisions what will be taken out, and the Cytosan is just simply taking out what's not needed and what Regalen said should be taken out. If you have the musculoskeletal system problems in spring, you can easily protect it and support it with Cytosan and Regalen. Again, these digestion disorders like the stomach problem, diarrhea, allergies. Allergies are another diseases which are really strong in spring, and that's why Regalen helps with the allergies as well. And Cytosan is taking out uh, all the substances which are really irritating the system. Yes, so Cytosan you can always use for the detoxification when you need to be gentle but very strong. And the spring combinations, I like Regalen and Probiosan, which helps with the digestion problems, constipation, flatulence, and of course supports immunity. It's also a good combination for allergies because many allergies and immunity problems are coming from large intestine. So if we support the bacteria and good bacteria in our large intestine, then the immunity is stronger. So usually doesn't tend to the allergies. Regalen and Cytosan, as I already said. Regalen and Peralgin plus Probiosan is another strong combination for allergies. However, this should be already started in January because there are so many trees or flowers which are blooming even in February. So we already need to be ready, and that's why we started the allergy cure in January. There is another good combination, Regalen and Nigella sativa oil, which is the warming essence. So whenever you need to clean up yourself because you have many animals, it's good to do it as a prevention with a Regalen and Nigella sativa. And Regalen and Chidrink, this is a fresh start of the day, full of energy, liver and spleen and pancreas support. Then Migoren and Mycohepar and Regalen. And also, if you need to support the digestion and the focus, then you can, but you also want to support the wood element season and your wood element energy, then you can combine Mycohepar and Stimaral, which is also very good and works with mental strength and supports the learning. So if you need to study, then Mycohepar and Stimaral plus Phytomineral and Vitamarine are really great combination for students for spring. Then Mycohepar and Reno or Regalen with the Mycoren, that when you need to help the kidneys or livers, and depends where the problem is located, then you use one Myco product and one drops. And Mycohepar with Draximun works with the jaundice regeneration, and another step is Mycohepar and Regalen. Always you can support yourself with the Vitamarine during this cure. If you have the vegetarian or someone who doesn't want to eat something from animals, from fishes, we can exchange Vitamarin to Sacha Inchi, which has the same omega acids. And Mycohepar and Ginex helps with the weak menstrual cycle, or the menstrual cycle which doesn't come periodically. So this is good combination. And Mycohepar and Corolan when we need to support cardiovascular system. So, and finally, we come to cholesterol, which is one of today's topic, because the cholesterol is one of the substances which is crucial for our body and for our life. However, it's also crucial for our health, and if we have too much of cholesterol, it can be dangerous. Also, there is a lot of written about the cholesterol, so I think I don't have to explain it very deep. However, we believe and we know that the cholesterol is not that bad guy, because we really need it for our life, and it brings very important substances. So the cholesterol works as a natural filler. So whenever the vein is somehow harmed, then the cholesterol comes and fix or repairs the hole. And when something harms again this place, then more cholesterol will come. And if we are harming all the veins all the time, then we have actually space for cholesterol to be stored on the walls of the veins. So if we had the healthy veins, then we should not be suffering with the high cholesterol levels. So the cholesterol is a basic substance and basic building block for the cells, which is very important to know. And if we say that we are suffering by high blood cholesterol level, that means that the high level of transport boxes, lipoproteins, is somewhere in our veins. And there we go, because we have this bad cholesterol, which is LDL. So if you see the number over like 7 or 8, there's already huge problem according to the doctors. But as we know, 20 years ago, the cholesterol levels were settled as a normal about 6, about number 6. So the 6 was like normal level. Then 7, 8 was a little bit higher. So now it's very strict. And if you have already LDL cholesterol on the level of 5, then you are almost sick. And there is this HDL, which is high density lipoprotein, and this is the good one. What's very important, the cholesterol, the low density lipoprotein, is the cholesterol which comes from the livers. And this is the cholesterol which is staying on the walls of the veins, and HDL cholesterol is taking the LDL cholesterol out. So we need both of them because we need the filler for the veins, and we need the HDL to help to restore the balance of the cholesterol. So with the cholesterol are connected so many things like the heart failure, arrhythmia, heart valve disease, coronary artery disease, and other cardiovascular system problems. So, this is, yes, sorry. So we come for the new product, which is called Lipidol. And Lipidol was created to support and as a prevention for our vascular system. So our priority is not to lower the number of your blood tests and to lower the number of cholesterol, because we want to protect the veins, the vascular system. So then the cholesterol doesn't have to be glued on the veins. So this is a very big, I think, like it's very important, because we don't use the statins in Lipidol. So it's absolutely different way how to cure the cholesterol. So it's unique formula, and we were thinking about the homocysteine theory, and we believe that the homocysteine prevention is connected with the vitamin B. So the complex of the B vitamins as the 3, 6, 9, and 12 are helping with the optimal level of these vitamins is actually very needed for conversion from homocysteine to methionine, which doesn't harm the body. So this theory says that if we don't have enough B vitamins, then the cholesterol is very staying as a homocysteine, and then the body doesn't work with that, so it stays in the body and it can harm our body. Homocysteine is usually not normal in the blood tests, so we need to ask for this test usually, because it's still not in the regular blood control. Then we also work on the fat management field with the Lipidol. So we are working with the optimal level of fats in our blood. And this is thanks to the garlic, which is well known for its work with the fat management, opuntia, common speedwell, and lecithin. These substances are also helping to regenerate the vascular system and to support its health. Then we work with the vascular resistance, and that's the Japanese knotweed and cacao, which is very good. But the cacao must be very high quality. So, and in small dosage as well. And we also have the blood flow and dilution, which is a very important thing. And this is thanks to the Midland heartworm and meadowsweet. So these substances and herbs are helping us to create this lipidol product, and it will be taken as a product which will help with the cholesterol, but most important, it will help to prevent the vascular system. So we don't use the red rice, which has statins. We just choose the different way. We are still testing the Lipidol. You can buy it, of course. However, there are another benefits which is bringing the Lipidol, which comes usually also with the calming down, can help with the heart function problems and other things. So we are under the testing still, and we had really good feedbacks for Lipidol. And I think if you want to see it in numbers of the blood test, you will need to leave it like for 3 months, 4 months. But as we know that all people who are somehow working with a cholesterol problem, they are aware that if they are taking something, especially something pure natural, it is really time consuming and takes time, really. So it won't be fixed within 1 month. You will need more time for Lipidol, but I think that it's very unique, and let's see. But Lipidol is also in a great timing because it supports the wood element and helps with the liver's balance, and also with the vascular system. So it's great to start it with in spring. So, and I think the combinations. So let's come to the combinations. Yes. No. So Lipidol can be combined with the Regalen very easily, and also with the Mycohepar. So you will support the energy flow, livers, cholesterol from a little bit another way. So you can help yourself very, very effectively with Lipidol and Regalen. Also, if you want to focus on cardiovascular system or fire element, then you can combine Lipidol with a Corolan or Mycohepar. It's also a good combination. You can always combine it with Vitamarin, because Vitamarin has an anti-inflammatory effect, is also preventing and supporting vascular system. So that's why, and it's also the food for your brain. So it's very good product, and it's easy to combine with anything. And there comes also phytomineral. The phytomineral is, I think, like the basic substance which is needed on the daily basis, because all of us are under the stress, and the stress is really not good for cholesterol levels as well. So if you have enough of minerals, then the psychic is more balanced. So the body doesn't have tendency to work or to create the cholesterol or too much cholesterol. There's also Cytosan, as I already said, so works very well with these cholesterol levels. And as we said, Mycohepar and Mycohepar. So don't hesitate. Try Lipidol and try also the combinations. I think it's very good to start the spring detox and combine the Lipidol with some wood element products. So you can see the effects and you will feel lighter. You will be full of energy and you will be prepared for the fire season and the season which brings the spring, which is bringing the summer. So when the wood is ready, then the fire will be fine. So cholesterol is really the topic for the nowadays because we are having less of movement, so we don't move like the previous generations because we are mostly sitting behind the computer. We don't walk enough. We don't work in our gardens so much. So that's why these all facts are supporting lower health than our grannies and grandpas had, thanks to their habits to stay in the outside. They had enough of movement, and as I remember, they didn't have problem with the cholesterol. However, there's also genetics. So if you have genetically cholesterol problem, I think we can support your health, but we won't be able to solve it, definitely. So it will be work for many years, but I believe that Lipidol will be one of the products which can have the good role for those who are working with the cholesterol and they need to lower the levels, and they don't want to eat the artificial medical treatment. So I believe it will be really fine. And of course, the combinations can be, there will be more combinations, I believe. However, now we are aware of these and we will speak about it for the next time or in some of the future webinars because we will have more experiences and we will see in which another good effects Lipidol has. So I think now I would like to thank you for your attention. And also now is the time for your questions. So if you had any, don't hesitate, write down into your chat, or you can ask me directly. So I don't see anything. Thank you so much for your attention. I think it's everything I wanted to say about this today's topic. So see you next time. I'm looking forward and have a nice rest of the weekend. Bye bye.